Hey folks, it's Candy Lantero with a Your Mean Friend. We haven't had one of these in a while, and obviously this one is about the love spells, the why I think it's not a great idea, but why it's probably always going to be a thing. And let's just start off with exactly what they are and why I think people are always so confused about them. What a love spell is regardless of the name of love being in it, it is something that is supposed to attract strong feelings, desire, passion, lust, even obsession. Um, it can be a strong focus on you. There is no one on this planet Earth, anyone, anywhere, who can recreate love and bottle it for you in such a way where you're going to get most likely what you're actually looking for, which is the person to love you the way that you love them, or at least the way that you require them to love you. Brief history. It started out as something, most marriages back in the day were arranged. Some are still to this day. Most of them were arranged, and because they were arranged, it was a complete possibility that you were marrying a stranger, someone you would have had no ties to at all other than your family knowing this person and barring you off for whatever reason. And so a love spell was to make sure that you all would have deepening feelings so that you could go into this relationship even though you didn't know each other. Make sure that your kids inherited whatever fortune it was so they didn't spread it amongst other people, so on and so forth. It wasn't really about the romance aspect. It was more so about trying to make sure that you would get along with this person who you probably did not know. It doesn't really fit today, but look, it's not going to go away anytime soon. But before, in case you're one of these people doing one you've just stumbled across in a cult shop, or you're really hung up on someone and this is something you plan on doing, please understand that you should not do any type of spiritual work at all if you, one, don't know what you're doing, and two, if you are in an emotional space. If this person has left you, if they've broken your heart yet again, if you can't control your emotions around them or your emotions surrounding them, it's a horrible idea to do a love spell on them because you are much more invested than they are. Again, when these things used to be done, I couldn't grammatically say it right, sorry. These people were making sure that a stranger would fall in love with them, whether it was a king or a peasant. They didn't know this person. They weren't obsessed with them. They weren't all over them and wanting them and only them. This was someone who, they just wanted to make sure they could get along with. For a lot of you all, this is someone who you are head over heels with. And if it's not reciprocated, that can be an issue with your spell. It can backfire. It will backfire. Usually what happens is that it works for a while and then you have to do maintenance on it. So let's get into the pros and the cons. There's two pros, by the way. The first pro being that it usually works, and the second pro being that you usually get what you want. The cons, or what you see. The cons are you usually get what you want and it usually works. The family usually knows when it's organic or not. And a lot of times you'll be trying to figure out why the family hates you. And it's because they know that something is wrong. They don't understand why you're here. This person really wasn't that into you. The children may not be that into you. You're trying to figure out why his kids just don't like me. Her kids just don't like me. They might know that there is something afoot. They might not know that it's a spell. But they can tell under the surface that without whatever this thing is, you wouldn't be around. The other thing is it can take maintenance. You might have to do it over and over and over again because this person just doesn't really feel you that way. And without the maintenance, they're out the door. For a lot of those people who are with someone, they had a 20-year, 14-year, what have you, long relationship, and then one day they just leave. Sometimes that's what that was. The person finally got that stuff off of them and they're like, all right, now I got to go, deuces. What I can say, because again, there's going to be many people who would hear this and don't give a damn. It is what it is. What I can say is, at the least, if the person wouldn't do one for you, maybe you shouldn't do one for them. If they could live completely fine without you, being in their life to the point where they would have to burn a candle, kill a rooster, make some shells, make a pact, manifest you. Because even manifesting, some people just don't want to be manifested. They don't want to be manifested out of their current relationship, no matter how bad it is that they tell you. They don't want to be manifested into commitment. They don't want to be manifested into a family. They just want to continue to do what they do. And I should have wrote this down as the last con. The last con for me for a love spell is the person you did the love spell on is the person you did it on. You're getting the same person. You're not going to get a changed person. You're getting who you put it on. They're just the person who you were having these issues with, plus a love spell. I'll see you all soon. Ciao, ciao.